Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a fantastic day today. So, some news for the Philadelphia Eagles, a couple things, some names, or a new rise in another name for defensive coordinator has come up as of right now. Just rumors, and I think obviously we're going to find out soon of what the Eagles are going to be doing with this coaching staff going forward. I think the first thing they really have to really get this done. Free agency will be, soon. What the Eagles are going to do with, these players, with the free agents the Eagles have and everything like that. Let's get straight into it.
Because I've seen enough horror movies to know any weirdo wearing a mask is never friendly.
So, this was from Shefty as well, and I think we already kind of know this. The news is boiling a little bit more when it comes to Brian Johnson being the new offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, as much as, I don't know what's going to happen here, and what other candidates that could be. I think one thing that I could say is that the Eagles really want to keep Brian Johnson and Jalen Hurts together. And that's what I kind of wanted. This was like a few weeks before the Super Bowl, and I was like, if there was a move that I really need to keep intact here, at least for Jalen Hurts, is having Brian Johnson around. As much as Jalen Hurts is going to go into each offseason and really work his tail off as he did last season to really take that big foot, that big step going forward, Brian Johnson has been that guy that's really taken, that's taken his interest, been at his side, knows how to use him, and who knows, could really maybe expand this playbook a little bit more, even more than what Steichen has done here. And shout out to Shane Steichen as well for the nice, kind words and really appreciating all the players offensively for the Philadelphia Eagles. That was a really nice press conference and said a really, named every player on the offensive side of the ball and said some really nice things, and that without those Eagles players on offense, he wouldn't be in the position he is in right now. So appreciate Shane for saying all that at his press conference with the Colts, and definitely good luck to him. But with Brian Johnson, I really do like it. I know he had about 6. I don't know. What I could tell right now is he hasn't been to a lot of interviews. I think he had a Rams interview. I'm not sure, but there was rumors he already had an interview for the OC job for the Rams, and obviously nothing happened. But I really haven't seen a lot of interviews, which is probably a good thing for us. So if you're not seeing a lot of interviews, maybe there's more point of him staying, or he wants to stay in Philadelphia with Jalen Hurts and obviously move the offensive coordinator, get that pay raise and stuff like that, which is an awesome thing. But like I said, keeping them both together is the best option available. Obviously was, I think, a coordinator at Florida and even Mississippi State, even worked with Dak Prescott in his best year in college, which was great, being attuned to him as well. So, Brian Johnson being with Jalen Hurts, like I said, I think, and look, I know, even with Jonathan Gannon, he only had pretty much two interviews, and that was it. Doesn't really matter how many interviews you have, depending on how much of a hot commodity of a coach you are to be a coordinator or to be a head coach or whatever the case may be with that. It's really pointing in the direction that Brian Johnson will become the new OC, and I think he'll do a fantastic job here and really see what he does expand this playbook. I think that's the one thing I'm kind of looking for, where how long are you going to get away with these an RPO read option type system with Jalen Hurts, especially when it's one of his strong suits of his skill set. I think they could do so much more. If he's becoming better if Jalen Hurts is becoming a lot better as a passer, I think they could do a lot more with him. And I think he definitely showed it, checked all the boxes this past year, and it's been fantastic. So that's all I got to say about Brian Johnson. It's kind of boiling to the point where this might actually happen as of right now. Secondly, there is a rumored name going through the ranks as a possible name to at defensive coordinator right now, and that is Vance Joseph. Which this is pretty crazy. I kind of went through Vance Joseph, his whole entire career as a coach, from a player to a coach. I want to kind of go through all that because obviously I haven't been following the Cardinals the past few years as he was a defensive coordinator for the past few years with them. So I want to go through a few things here. Now, obviously, he was with San Fran he was an assistant defensive backs coach in San Fran in 2005, and then from 2006 to 2015, he was a defensive backs coach. Went from assistant to an actual defensive backs coach. 2017 and 2018, for 2 years, he was with the Denver Broncos as the head coach, and in the last 4 seasons, he has been a defensive coordinator for the Arizona Cardinals. Now, Vance Joseph is known for aggressive defense, okay? Now, back in 2017 with the Denver Broncos, he had the number 3 ranked defense. Joined Minnesota and only teams in the NFL to rank in the top 5 in both run defense and pass defense. The Broncos ranked 5th in run defense in 17 after finishing the previous year ranked 28 in that category. So before he was the head coach of the Broncos, they ranked 28th against the run, and then they went pretty much top 5 against the run, which was pretty good. 2018, top 10 in the NFL in interceptions with 17, 28 takeaways, 44 sacks, and that's when rookie that was Bradley Chubb at the time had a monster year with 12 sacks. Von Miller had 14.5 sacks. Tied for 4th in the NFL in 2018. Denver was one of the 3 teams that had 2 players with double-digit sacks in 2018, which is pretty cool. Now going on to what Vance Joseph has done recently with the Arizona Cardinals under 3 seasons. Arizona ranks 6th in the NFL with sacks with 129, 4th in tackles for loss with 255, and 6th in QB hits, 284 in 3 seasons, which is pretty crazy. So the Cardinals ranked in the top 10, offensive points allowed number 8, takeaway 7, fumble recoveries 1, rushing touchdowns allowed number 3, and that's when Budda Baker in consecutive Pro Bowls at safety and second team All-Pro. Despite suffering the heavy losses in that 2020 season, that defense took a lot of injuries. Players even at that point were missing a lot of games. So they were still top 10 in sacks, red zone percentage, total pass defense, offensive touchdowns allowed, in sacks for tackles for loss. So even losing some players defensively in 2020, he did a really good job. So the past few seasons haven't been bad at all for Vance Joseph as a defensive coordinator. I had to kind of look at information here because I haven't been following the Cardinals. Have no idea. Haven't really followed his whole career. I know he was a defensive back for a long time, but haven't really followed his career that much. So I kind of want to be a noob and kind of read some stuff, or at least paragraph some stuff from what he's done. So far, yeah, has produced some good defensive lines in the league with a lot of pressures. Has developed some really good players. Over the course of years, from he was a head coach for the Broncos for 2 seasons, and then obviously the last 4 years as a defensive coordinator for the Cardinals. So this is a name that has been rumored that the Eagles are interested in right now. So nothing promising, nothing saying that he's coming here or anything like that, but his name has been popping up as of today as a possible candidate for the Philadelphia Eagles. So we'll see what happens. Because to be honest with you, I'm not really into promoting from within with Denard Wilson. I'm just, look, if they did it, would I be happy with it? No, but would I give it a chance? Sure. But he was Jonathan Gannon's right-hand man. Last July, Jonathan Gannon said that, Denard Wilson's his right-hand guy and follows what he does and everything like that. So, I mean, look, I always give a guy that moves up from a defensive backs coach to a defensive coordinator, I give them a lot of credit, being a first-year head coach, but I want somebody with a reputation. Vance Joseph has a very good reputation. Obviously, the Broncos offensively weren't great in 17-18, but those defenses did pretty good. And obviously he had one of the oldest rosters, and he had probably the oldest roster in the league from those 2 years with the Broncos, especially defensively with some players. But as the last 4 years has developed good defensive lines, secondaries have been pretty good and knows talent when he sees it and really can exploit the talent that he has in his players to use on the field, put them in good positions to win football games. And that's really all that matters at the end of the day. So, like I said, not really a big fan of promoting from within, but as of right now, if Denard Wilson was promoted, then I wouldn't have a huge problem with it, but I feel like he would be another Gannon at the end of the day since he was his right-hand guy. So I don't know. I could be wrong, could be right. I don't know. I want someone that has clear-cut, a long reputation in the league as a defensive guy, reputation-wise as a coordinator that has more years under his belt as a coordinator. And Vance Joseph might hit the mark here with that. So should be interesting. You guys let me know on the possibility of Vance Joseph being the next defensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, and obviously the whole Brian Johnson situation. How do you feel about Brian Johnson in general? Because there's probably people out there that have watched Florida, that have watched Mississippi State, what he's done with quarterbacks. You guys let me know. Shane Steichen did a really good job here. Shane Steichen, came into the Eagles as an offensive coordinator because he's done, look what he did with Justin Herbert, with the LA Chargers. How he developed him. Look what he did with Jalen Hurts. So, obviously, a lot of thanks to Shane Steichen and what he's done here, and somebody has to fill those shoes. Can Brian Johnson get it done? And I think he can. I have a lot of very positive about it when it comes to this. So, other than that, guys, it's pretty much it. You guys have a fantastic day, and I'll see you guys on the next one. SHAKESQUAD up, follow slide. Peace out, guys. Peace. Have a great day.